So we are live now.
Okay, fine, good. Yeah, welcome everybody who have registered for friendly competition MESC in the skill of printing and technology. Well, I'm Colonel Kharbanda. I'm the advisor to Media and Entertainment Sector Skill Council, and we have with us Sameer Prabhuane, who is the founder and CEO of Advanced Graphics. He is the one who will take you through to the expectation in the for the friendly competition, what all is expected and what all you must know before you attempt. I would just tell you that this competition which is there, firstly, you must congratulate people who are registered because it shows your passion, your interest to grow and to learn and to improve. Well, you all need congratulations, and we are very happy those who have registered for this competition. But one thing I'll just tell you, this has no bearing on track to selection competitions, because this is done in addition to that. It definitely gives you practice, learnings, and you can understand where you stand, from where you can further you benchmark yourself and further grow and improve and come to a level where you represent the country. But it has no bearing on track to competition, which will be held independently. Only my advice is, whatever is there, please put in your best from the beginning till the end, because this will be a big learning to you. And you will come to know where you stand. But definitely, I know some of you may not have been prepared for this level of competition. However, nevertheless, we all are Indians, and we know it. Once we take up a challenge, once we accept it, we go all out to prepare and prove ourselves at the competitions. So I must say, I welcome you all once again, and I wish you all the very best. Now, Sameer will take you through to what all is expected in the friendly competition, and all the best once again from my side. Thank you so very much. Sameer, you can take it on, please. Thank you.
Sir, shall we start?
Yeah, please go ahead. Most welcome.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. May I know how many candidates are there right now online?
Anyway, we
Yes, sir,
start off. I think we'll gradually come to know how many are there. Some may be joining, some may be en route to join.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just three of us over here right now.
So they will be live on our YouTube channel and website.
Okay, fine. So, good morning to all. I am Sameer Prabhuane, and I have been lucky enough to represent our country at Russia, Kazan, for the WorldSkills competition, which India participated in print media technology for the first time. Like most of the skills which are there in WorldSkills, most of them are totally hardware based and totally some are software based. Our technology is something which is a combination of hardware as well as software. So we need to have a good information and knowledge and hands-on practice about how artworks are processed to print and how they are converted for the printable formats. And we are also needed to actually convert those soft copy formats into physical prints. So when we talk, as all of you know, it is not just on paper, but it can be on plastics, it can be on wood, it can be on stone, it can be on any kind of materials which we can just think of. So printing is something which is engrossed in completing the branding part of any product. Without packaging, without branding, you cannot market a product, you cannot buy a product because you won't know what is the content inside. So importance of printing, as all of you know, is very high. If you go for pharmaceutical sectors, you have to make sure that the right medicine is printed. Whatever the medicine is inside, the instructions are to be very clearly printed with marks and everything on it. So colors also make a lot of importance in printing. So printing is actually, as you know, a combination of chemistry, mechanical systems, computer systems, softwares, and hardwares. So due to the pandemic situation, as we generally have for you.
I think some network problem.
I think yes, videos is going on and off. Okay. So just to make you familiar with the system of the competition. So this will be just a small trailer, not the main film, what I can say for you. So we will be starting to make sure that all of you, those who are participating and want to go ahead. And also we will know what are the different kinds of printing processes, what kind of interactions the inks and paper have. So which printing process will be used for what kind of process? What is binding, what is finishing, what is cutting, what is lamination, what is coating? All these aspects, we will be just taking a basic info from you. So you can appear for a test, which is an MCQ test, nothing difficult, but your answers, which will be given in that, they will be based on interlinked questions. So for example, if you know what is paper, then probably you can know what is the paper GSM. So if you talk about a particular property of paper and you answer the question by chance, probably in the second question, you might get stuck. So if I know what is paper and what is GSM, then I can definitely say whether it is printed on offset printing process or it is printed on a digital printing process. So all questions which you will get will be interlinked. So it will clearly give us an idea how you have a basic knowledge about the printing methodologies, printing technologies, whether the term you are correcting in the quotes. For example, if there is a two-color printing process and we have registration marks to make sure that the first color and the second color, they are overlapping exactly on each other. So if they don't, we call it as a missed registration. So if you say that this is an image shift, it's a wrong word. If you say the print is shifting, it's a wrong word. If you say registration is not correct, it is a wrong word. So the technical word, for example, is misregistration. So now if you know misregistration, then if that registration part is given to you as a visual, then you can tell us whether it is a lateral registration or it is a circumferential registration. If you know registration and you know circumferential and lateral registration, then you are knowing something about offset printing. This is how we will be coming to know about your information and knowledge skills, and it can help you take better knowledge in the future. Just getting some marks or getting some award in this competition will probably give you something as a certificate, probably some monetary benefit or some recognition. But if you're true to yourself and you really know those technologies, they are going to help you when you come for the regionals. Because in the regionals, you're going to have a very tough fight. There will be candidates coming from different states. If you are aware that a lot of people, a lot of printing presses there are in South as well as in comparison to Maharashtra. So if there are some candidates who are really good in printing, then if you are theoretically just perfect, then it will not help you. So you need to be practically perfect also. So we are going to have this competition in two parts. One part, we will be giving you questions as MCQs, and you will just answer those questions. Now, the same questions, we are going to also ask you visually. You will be given a PDF, which will having those similar kind of printed problems. And you have to actually identify those questions, and you have to identify the process, and you have to suggest what is wrong, what is right. So it will make sure that what is your theoretical information, whether it is matching your practical performance or not. So the one who knows what is registration, as I told, he will be answering those MCQs very easily, and he can also answer those which are in the practical way. So we will be also giving you a PDF which you have to edit, and you have to find out whether there are any additional drop holes in the job. For example, if you are printing a 5-color job or a 6-color job, it means 6-color means we are having CMYK as the basic processings, and we are having spot colors like Pantone colors, shades, which are there. So let us say if a file has been created for a brochure, let us say we have a brochure being printed for the Indiaskills competition, and the photographs which have been taken into it, they are into RGB mode. So as all you are aware that printing requires CMYK mode of the colors. Probably like, for example, Vidya Dan logo, which you are seeing right now on your screen. So Vidya is a yellow color and Dan is in maybe a black color. So if that black is a special color black, in this Vidya is a special colored yellow. So our brochure, if it is for Vidya Dan or it is for World Skills, India Skills, it will be a 6-color job. So whether you are able to print this job with 6 colors, then how to process this file for 6-color processing. If you're going to print this file using only 4-color process, that is CMYK, then you have to convert this file from the given PDF to the processed PDF, that is CMYK PDF. You have to check the PDF whether it is having the registration marks, whether it has having cut marks, whether it has a bleed, whether it has the information about the file given into it, and whether it is fitting in the given paper size or not. Whether the orientation of the pages are correct or it is wrong. Whether you are told to combine some few pages and make a final brochure, because it may happen that the brochure is designed by a group of 4 students or 4 competitors in the graphic design competition. So each candidate might be given 1 page to design, and then we have to combine all the 4 pages and make sure that they are compliance to the CMYK printing process. So you have to attempt and edit this PDF. Give us the original PDF and give us the edited PDF. We'll make sure that the fonts are correct. The black ink into it is pre-flight, it is overprinting. We are having spot colors which are edited, which are converted to process colors. Your RGB images, if they are taken as 3000 pixels per inch or 8000 pixels per inch, they need to be scaled down to the standard printing scaling, that is 300 pixels per inch, or maximum minimizing it to 250 pixels per inch. If it is less than that, we cannot accept. If it is more than that, we have to scale it down, because it won't add anything more to the print quality, but it will just keep on increasing. So your file will be analyzed, and you have to convert it to a PDF X3 compliance file format. So you make it a PDF X3 compliance file format, it will automatically generate a PDF report, which will give us an idea how your printing is going to get ahead, how you are going to process with the file, whether it is printable or it is not. And if there are any hairline problems, if there are any registration problems, if there are any files or fonts which are not correct, everything will be taken care of in the pre-flight. So as all of you know, what is pre-flight? Pre-flight is a word taken from the Air Force or the air plane systems. So whenever a plane will land and then it will take off for the another flight, there will be a lot of checks. There is a huge list of checks to make sure, like the very basic, whether the tires are having the proper inflation, whether there is fuel filled in the vehicle, whether the vehicle is cleaned, whether the flight has any electronic issues, whether it has any in the wings. So there is a huge list of all the checklists which you have to take care of this system. So when you say about a pre-flight, same thing we are considering in printing. So if the file is going to create any issues after printing or during printing, we should make sure that we are taking care of these systems in the initial part only. So that is what we call as pre-flight, and then pre-flight will be taken care of the systems when we are actually production the flight. So anybody who has doubts, questions about basics, I would suggest you can search on the net for basic terminologies in printing processes for offset and digital. So once you read these, there are a lot of PDFs available which will give you words and terminologies. Like for example, registration, bleed. So what is bleed? It will be explained with an example. Then what is 4and4 printing? Whether it is front back printing. What is work and turn? What is work and tumble? What is the binding process? Whether you are having perfect binding, whether you are having center stage binding, which is known as straddle stitching, whether you are having wiro binding, whether you are having hard bound wiring. So all these things, these are the terminologies which are used in printing. So if I say that paper GSM is standard, or whether paper GSM is variable, what is the grain direction of paper? What is the gripper margin? What is the cut margin? What is the printable size of a plate? What is the image size of a plate? Okay, what is color density? What is the meaning of CMYK? And what is the meaning of spot colors? What is Pantone? What is PNG file? What is PDF file? All these terminologies you will easily find on the net. So make sure that you study all these terminologies. Secondly, you have to also, you can try download Adobe Acrobat Professional. Okay, so Acrobat Professional, you can get as a trial version for 15 days. You can practice it before you actually appear for the competition. So Acrobat Professional, if you download a trial version, it will give you the full access to all the editings and everything which are needed to be done before the file goes for printing. You can even search pre-flight using Acrobat Professional for print production. So you'll find very good information about it. It will also give you tutorials. You can go to Adobe Acrobat Professional and go for help. And all the terminologies which we are talking about, you can find out in this. And they will really help you out to find out and make you compatible with the advanced system of making this work for printing. Once your terminologies are correct and your pre-flight systems and soft copy system is correct and you are able to access it easily, it will help you actually to work more better in the given levels of competitions like L3, which is already over now, regionals and Indiaskills. So this is actually information which I'm giving you, which we discuss with the candidates when they start training for the regionals. But why am I sharing this information with you right now? So that you can test yourself. This friendly competition is not going to decide whether you are compatible, you are going to qualify for regionals or not, nothing like that. This is, you can say, a test, as we call it, as a friendly match. So in cricket, whenever the new country comes in our country, or we go to another country for cricket match, they always have a friendly match. So what is the friendly match? It is not counted as an actual result or the winning or losing of a country, but it helps you to acclimatize to the conditions. It helps you to understand how the opposite team is, what are the atmospheric conditions, what are the playing conditions, whether your health is okay, can you survive in this condition, whether you can perform in this condition. So I want all of you to look at this friendly competition as a competition where it is going to test you, but don't take it lightly. Make sure that you are very strong in this. Okay, make it work yourself, make yourself scratch your head to find out why this is not happening, why this answer is not coming. So this friendly competition will actually help you to have very important thing in our education, and mostly in the technological field, is having your basics clear. If you're having a home which is built and your home base structure is not strong, the house will collapse. So basics are the foundation for any informative, any technological work which we do. If I don't know what I want to do, I can't tell. If you go to a petrol pump and you don't know what you want to fill, if you don't know what is the difference between diesel and petrol, so you might end up filling diesel in a petrol car and your vehicle will get, I think, in a lot of issues. So you should know what is fuel and what is petrol and what is diesel and which vehicle is petrol, which vehicle is diesel. Similarly, you should know in printing terminology, whether I can print a plastic on digital printing, whether I can print a plastic on offset printing, whether I can print a 600 grammage paper on digital printing, or whether I can print 8 colors on digital printing. So if you find out the basic answers of this, then you are compatible, you are capable of taking decisions when you're printing, and you can define the systems as per the basics of print. If I'm asking you, whatever, if you are printing tomorrow and you're coming to the regionals and you're mixing one color, and if I tell you and ask you, what is the ink film thickness of this color which you have printed? And if you start staring at me that what is ink film thickness? So you won't be knowing what I'm trying to ask you. So if you can't answer me, then you are going to practically fail somewhere. And this will hinder your process of going ahead. So if you know what is ink density, then in simple words, it is the amount of ink film thickness on the paper. So ink film thickness, ink density is a common word which we use. And this is going to help you to mix a proper amount of ink. And when you're checking the ink on the paper, you should know how much amount of layer I should have on the ink so that it is the correct amount of shade. Otherwise, your ink won't dry if it is a huge amount of ink, and it will look all whitish if it is not in a proper amount of ink layer. So there are definitions like what is the density value of cyan magenta, what is the density value of yellow, what is the density value of black, what are the viewing angles of these inks, which paper, if printed with this ink, will dry faster, whether it is coated paper or uncoated paper. So you should know what is paper, you should know what is coated paper, you should know what is uncoated paper. So these are the basic terms which we will be making very firm. So when we are communicating with each other, when you are trying to tell me something and I am trying to tell you something, there is no educational gap, there is no language gap. So this is the language which is technical language. So we should all learn technical language. When we say that the ink is being transferred on paper, so we don't say I am transferring ink on paper and I am saying this transfer is looking good. No, we say it's an impression. Okay. So how much impression pressure we are giving? So whether that impression is giving a proper image output or the impression is less. So that is how terminologies will come. If you know, if you are talking about blanket in offset printing machine. So what is the shore hardness of the blanket? Whether it is a soft blanket, it is a hard blanket, what kind of roll we are using, what is the thickness of that roll, whether it is in microns, whether it is in inches. If you're going to use a densitometer, which is a equipment to measure density, going to be there. So this is a very basic briefing I'm giving you just for making you aware about what you have to perform in this given competition. So what I suggest you all is you can note down my email ID, okay, and you can mail me your questions whenever you are trying to find your information, and I can guide you through that email, and I can give you links and information to study. So my email ID is, you can see my name over here is Samir Prabhuni. So Samir Prabhuni at hotmail.com, SAMEERPRABHUNE@hotmail.com. So I would urge all of you to send me your questions, your queries, and any problems you are facing regarding technical terms and terminologies. I'll be helping you. I can also share with you some PDFs which will explain you how to work with PDFs, how to perform pre-flight. So these are two aspects of PDF editing, and the second part is about the basic knowledges for the MCQs we'll be taking for your friendly competition. Ravi sir, you want anything more to add to
I
it?
think God must need to thank you. I must tell the competitors what Samir has explained to you is basic fundamental. What I could understand also is the basics have to be clear. And those who are attending, I'm sure they have benefited, and what you learned today in by his address will be useful. Build up your basics is very, very clear. And now I'll need to thank him definitely. He's done a wonderfully. He's explained. Now the date, if you can decide upon, because track 2 also has to be there. When soonest can we hold this? Is the issue.
Sir, I think we need to give them around 5 days to find out the information and learn the basics. So Saturday, if needed, I think we can have a small interactive session here itself. And based on the knowledge, information, once they are cleared, I think we can have it in the next week, probably on Monday or Tuesday.
No, Samir ji. The South thing is happening from the 20th. 20th, the regionals are starting.
Right.
So this has to be done much before. Privilege what we can give to them is people who are standing top 10 in this. We'll excuse them to attend level 1. We'll make them join level 2 straight away.
Okay.
Fine. You can even announce them, tell them this we've taken a decision. The top 10, or you decide upon how many top will need not appear for level 1 competition. They'll join level 2 straight away.
Okay.
You decide upon 10, 15, 5, what you feel so. So this is the advantage they get. But this, as it is going to be above level 2 or level 1 competition, what you're going to take. So those who are doing well in this definitely should move to level 2 straight away.
So then I suggest we have this competition on the 10th of this month, coming Saturday. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It's let me just check. Coming Saturday. September Saturday is 11th, sir.
Okay.
So we can have it on 11th.
Fine. 11th we are having it. So all the details which are required by Kuransha, you requested to forward all to them. Fine.
Sure. Yeah.
11th is the test. You can tell them 11th is going to be there. And definitely people who are scoring good, top few, we'll exempt them to appear for level 1 for track 2 competition.
That's nice. It would be good.
Yeah. And thank you all once again, Sakshi and all the team who has helped us in this presentation and a little bit of briefing done by the expert. And thank you once again, everybody, and wish you all the very best. And we meet, of course, 11th is finalizing for the competition level, friendly competition. And the top few, maybe 5 or 10, seeing the standard, will allow them to appear for level 2 straight away. Once we're doing for track 2 competition.
We'll set up a benchmark of marks and the level of knowledge they have. And if there are more candidates, we can.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be good. Any queries from anybody? Just a minute, and we can close off thereafter. If there are no queries and all, we need to thank Sakshi and MESC who arranged for all this. And thank you once again, Samir ji. And let's hope with your support things move well. And I'm told this time people across the country, they are good. That was very encouraging to hear all this.
Yes.
Thank you once again, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. See you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yes, sir. Mine is over. Yeah. आराम से हो गया ना? हाँ, इससे कर दिया। फोन बहुत इजी होता है बता फोन पे। शाम को दे। मम्मी कहाँ सो रही है? अच्छा, जब आते हैं कोई कमरा तो चाहिए होगा ना? कौन सा तेरे कमरा में कुछ करके? फिर भी थोड़ा इधर ठीक मिलना चाहिए ना? ये कर दो, कौन सा चार्जिंग? ये रिंग उठा रही है। तो कहीं चेंज करना हो, कुछ करना हो, एक कमरा फिर भी होता है बातों वाला। तो have they left? मुझे पता नहीं था। ये पता क्या हुआ? ये लाया परसों, तो बता रहा हूँ। जब मैं कल सुबह की इतना बढ़िया नाशपाती मिल रही थी, बढ़िया नाशपाती मिल रही थी, तो मैं फिर कहा चल नाशपाती तो छोड़ो, ये जो भी है इतनी बढ़िया नाशपाती मिल रही थी, परसों मंगवा लिया ना जल्दी। हो गया। बंद करके लैपटॉप क्या दे दे ऊपर बीका आई नाका और अंदर डोर में रख दे और बीच में मत दे अंदर भी आना है मैं तो बोला कपड़ा उठा देंगे आके फैन वाला